Hey everyone, this is Cubs Fan Han here to do another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video, and today I am going to be doing yet another Galaxy of Heroes arena battle. And I have been wanting to show you guys a Resistance team for some time, but we don't have very many of them in my shard, and tonight I am seeing a Resistance team, and I'm very excited to show this team to you. So let's take a look at what they got here. Now, it's interesting that this isn't a full Resistance team. We've got Finn. This is a Zeta Finn with Poe and a Resistance Trooper. But we're also seeing Thrawn and Nihilus. And just something that I keep preaching and something to bear in mind is that Thrawn is popping up in so many different arena combinations. He's really a great plug-and-play player. He works in almost any faction. I'm seeing him run with Jedi. I'm seeing him run with Resistance. I'm seeing him run with Rebels. All over the place you're seeing Grand Admiral Thrawn, and then of course we all know Nihilus works very much the same way. So it's kind of a hybrid Resistance team, but we still have that Resistance component to it with Finn with the Zeta leadership, Resistance Trooper Poe, and then the two others. So let's take a look at some mods here. If you look at Finn here, of course he does have that Zeta, which is nice. We've got some potency on him, which is very smart. His speed is a bit low, only at 152. Something to just give a quick disclaimer here is my buddy Kalpuki put this team in for me so that I could show it to you. So this isn't going to be the best modded team, because it's not his primary arena team. But at any rate, he does have some potency on him as well, all the way up to 85.59%, which is going to be very good for Finn. So that's Finn. His Resistance Trooper also has potency on him. Not very much speed though, only 139. This is going to be a pretty slow Resistance team. He's got 78% potency though. So that he's got this set really modded well for the heroic tank, and I'm sure that is exactly where he is using these Resistance characters. If you look at Poe actually does have a speed set on him, and so he is going at 232. So the motive behind that is obviously going to be to get Poe to taunt as soon as possible. And just actually taking another quick look at him, he is at 22,000 protection. He's only gear 10, so that's probably why that protection is as high as it could be. His Thrawn is more arena ready. You notice there is a speed set on him. His speed is up at 232. Pretty solid protection. He's got a critical damage triangle on him, I'm guessing, because we see 36% there. Yep, he does have that critical damage triangle on him. So his Thrawn is modded pretty well. His Nihilus is also arena ready. 216 speed, that's only 1 point faster than what I've got. He's got a critical damage triangle on him as well. A little bit of potency, a little bit of protection on there. So overall, a decently modded team. So let's take a look at how this is. Now, I'm just guessing that you guys are probably tired of seeing my Threxus set. This is obviously a very well modded team, and if I were to put this team in against that Resistance team, no offense, Cow, but I think I would pretty well slaughter it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually clear this, and I'm going to put my Jedi in and just show you what Jedi look like against Resistance. So I'm going to do the prototypical Jedi team, which right now is Zeta Qui-Gon Jinn with Yoda, R2-D2, Anakin, and then of course General Kenobi. So let's take a look at how this battle unfolds. Alright, so again, it's really nice to have more speed on this team, because if you can get those debuffs landed as soon as possible on Resistance, it's going to create a lot of issues for your opponents. But out the gate here, I'm going to focus my efforts on Darth Nihilus, because he is going to pose the biggest threat to me as the battle unfolds. I'm going to make them attack General Kenobi here with a soft taunt through R2-D2, and then continue chipping away at Darth Nihilus. Let's run a little bit of Retribution, and then my Kenobi is going to be fractured, and there Poe is able to taunt, and Darth Nihilus is able to do Force Strain, which is going to create some issues. So as soon as that Force Strain goes off, I'm keeping a close eye on Darth Nihilus to make sure he doesn't get too many turns and get an Annihilate off. Let's spread some tenacity and foresight to the rest of the team, and I'm going to chip away at Poe here. And Poe, with this Poe here only at gear 10, could have been a lot more effective if he was more tanky. Obviously he's not quite ready yet, so that's why we're able to take him out sooner. But if he's tanky enough, Poe can be pretty frustrating to deal with, and you're going to have to balance that taunt with Finn as well, who is also taunting here. Alright, So we're just going to continue chipping away at this team. I'm going to keep going for Finn because I think that we're doing okay on Darth Nihilus for the moment. I'm not too concerned about him. Let's go ahead and burn everyone. Do some AoE for Anakin, and he just does really good damage with Zeta R2. So this battle is about wrapped up, so let me fast forward to the end here. Alright, so obviously not much of a match in this case, and I do want to comment real quick here that this would have been a lot closer if some of these Resistance characters had slightly better mods, but I did really want to show you that Resistance set. This can be a really difficult team, and I don't want you to make any mistake that Resistance is a viable faction to use. The only thing that you want to consider if you are running Resistance is that you might get more targets at this point, but they're a fast climb. When these teams, when you've got enough speed on these Resistance teams, they absolutely fly through their opponents. They just attack over and over and over again, and they're able to lay awesome debuffs and just really fly through their opponents. So I think it's a really fun faction to use as well. So something to consider if you want to bring Resistance into the arena. You're thinking, I want to farm the Resistance. I say go for it, especially if you're close, especially if you've got a decent R2-D2, if you've got a Zeta on Finn, maybe if you're already using them in Heroic Tank. They're awesome, and they also have such a good future in the game. You've heard it over and over again. We've got The Last Jedi coming out, and Resistance is one of those factions that people just, those who run it, swear by it. They're total converts to Resistance. In fact, I don't know if you haven't seen already, there is an entire Discord server devoted to the Resistance faction. It has a different channel for every character. They've got Resistance experts on there. If you're thinking about running Resistance, you need to get on that server right now. I'm going to post a link in the description. So at any rate, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did like the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and don't ever forget